Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups. It's time for Robbie Rants, and today we're going to be talking about the comic book Descender from Image Comics. That's right everybody, we're going to be talking about Descender today because this week I just sat down and reread the 4 trade paperbacks that are out right now. Volume 1, 10 Stars. Volume 2, Machine Moon. Volume 3, Singularities. And Volume 4, Orbital Mechanics. They are currently on right now what will be Book 5. This book is amazing, and if you want to try out the book, there's going to be Amazon links down below for you to check out the books at a great price and help support PCP, so that's cool. But I reread it this week, and I wanted to do a video because I think this is one of the most special books out on the shelves today. Descender from writer Jeff Lemire and artist Dustin Nguyen. Absolutely glorious, magnificent stuff, guys. It's so good. It's a sci-fi space opera AI type thing, right? So it covers your bases for sci-fi. It seriously is, in my opinion, the best science fiction book out on shelves today. If you like stuff like Star Wars, if you like space opera, you definitely need to check out Descender. If you like stuff like Blade Runner, things about artificial intelligence and what is actually life, what does life mean, philosophical things like that, you need to read Descender. This book has been made for you and perfectly suited to the medium of comic books. Absolutely perfection. Love it so much. Jeff Lemire's story is littered with very intriguing and engaging and charming characters. The main character, basically, if you could say there's a main character, of Tim 21, who's a little boy android, and he's got more humanity and charm than most human characters in comic books today. Jeff Lemire creates an amazing world around these amazing characters that he's created. The world is complex, it's intricate, and it's easy to follow. Jeff Lemire does a great job handling the exposition in this book. He does it very fluidly. It works out very well. The basic gist of the story is that mankind has expanded out into the universe, right? Into the galaxy or whatnot. And they now have robot servants to help them, right? Now the AI, the artificial intelligence in these robots, is getting more and more sophisticated as the years progress. Then all of a sudden, one day, these giant robots show up in the sky. Giant, huge things. Think, if you're a Marvel Comics fan, think the Celestials. Something like that shows up and just causes mass destruction. From that point on, robots are basically outlawed. You got scrappers that are out, basically bounty hunters killing robots for money. And in the midst of all this, 10 years later, which is where the story picks up, you got Tim 21, which is a companion little boy robot type thing for this other kid named Andy. And Andy is now grown up, and he's a character in the book as well. And all of a sudden he wakes up, but he shares the same code as the Harvesters, those giant robots that came and destroyed everything. So of course, the United Galactic Council, the UGC, wants this kid. A lot of different factions want this kid. Andy wants to be reunited with his long-lost companion that he lost 10 years ago after these attacks. But is he after him for reconciliation, or is he after him for a different reason? Because now Andy has become a scrapper himself. It's an amazing book. Book 1 and 2 set up the story and introduce the characters, and it does an amazing job of it. Book 3 does these little solo stories that all kind of come together into one big oomph moment at the end of book 3, leads into book 4, which has led us into Rise of the Robots, which is going on right now. This book is amazing. Let's talk about the artwork. Dustin Nguyen is an amazing artist. I've always loved his work. He's got a very loose style and but in its looseness, it is complex. And it's really brilliant stuff. I've loved his stuff for a long time. He used to do some Wildcat stuff back in the day that I absolutely adored. But now he has this thing where he does watercolors. And it just makes a more glorious image. It just adds such a richness and texture to the book. And it just is a perfect complement. And the way that the story is delivered through the art is magnificent. The characters, they emote very well. Even the robots and the androids The action is huge. The space scenes are majestic and colorful and glorious. It's just a brilliant, brilliant book. And I've loved this book since it first came out. And after issue 1, I think Sony optioned it for like a movie or TV series. This would be a cool TV series and all that stuff, but as a comic book, it is just flawless. It is so good. Every time a new issue comes out, I'm looking forward to it. You definitely need to check out Descender if you haven't already, especially if you're a science fiction fan, especially if you're a space opera science fiction fan, especially if you're an artificial intelligence, philosophical space opera, Star Wars sci-fi fan. This is a book for you. If you're a comic book fan, you need to read Descender. Definitely check it out. Jeff Lemire, Dustin Nguyen, Image Comics. Robbie recommends. Absolutely check it out. Like I said, links down below if you do want to check them out. At these links, great prices, help support PCP. That's awesome. If not, go check it out at your local comic book shop. Help support them as well. Descender, such an amazing book out. 4 out right now. They're in the middle of what will be book 5. Great stuff. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. If you've read Descender, let me know what you thought about it down below. If you haven't read Descender and you read it because of this video, let me know that down below and what you thought about it. I am so eager to talk to you guys about comic books. Love it so much. We do a weekly comic book review every single Wednesday. It's up by every single Wednesday, sometimes Tuesday night. So please do subscribe, like, share, and seriously, thanks for rocking with us and keep on reading.